Okay, then I'm just going to go ahead and pour sugar in here. I'm going to continue to twist, 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 twist. There we go. And now it's been dusted with sugar on the inside. Okay, now it has something to climb up with, all right? So, now we're going to go ahead and turn the heat on here. We're going to get this pan nice and hot here. Because that's where we're going to melt our chocolate. Always in a double boiler. Never over straight heat. The reason for that is chocolate is very delicate. It's very easy to scorch. Whenever I'm working with chocolate, I always use silicon spatulas instead of using wood, because the wood spatulas are porous and they'll take on the flavor of lots of different stuff. So if you don't want beefy tasting chocolate, use a non-porous spatula.
Is there any time when you really would use wood? I mean, I kind of always
use wood all the time, but that's just because I was taught in French kitchens and we use wood. It's just tradition. We use wood. I like wood. It has a lot of different properties. It's very stiff. One that's very good that I like about it. Very, very stiff. Also, one of the other things is I can always test the temperature and stuff with it. So wood is good. Wood has its benefits. I like it. And you know, if you got really tough, scrapey bits at the bottom of a pan, wood is good. Ah, I just rhymed. Oh, I'm funny.
Oh, I thought this was my armrest.
Egg whites. If you want to work with egg whites and you want the best possible rising, make sure that they're room temperature. Do not try to whip cold egg whites. And if you want really, really good stretchy egg whites, leave them out overnight at room temperature. Just cover them with a little plastic. Oh, flies and dust and stuff like that in there. Little critters.
So you're covering the whole eggs overnight, or do you want
The egg whites.
Oh, yeah, then I'm good.
Just the whites. My little brother's coming into town. He's going to meet me here a little bit later, and he's. I was going to take him to Fleming's, but then I remembered he would probably order a steak well done there, and I just couldn't bear the shame. So I
Unless you don't want to pay $75 for an over.
Yeah, so I decided I'm going to take him to P.F. Chang's. He likes bad Chinese food. He's not a foodie. My brother's not a foodie. He's the opposite. When it comes to food, he's a caveman.
On the other hand, though, you like Fleming's.
What's that?
You like Fleming's?
I do like Fleming's. It's all right. It's not my favorite, but it's, you know, Alexander's is my favorite steakhouse in the area.
Does Alexander's make Béarnaise sauce?
Yeah, I'm sure they do. There's, yeah, I'm sure they offer it as an option with a lot of their different steaks. It's hard to imagine that they wouldn't. Really, really hard to imagine that they wouldn't. Okay, so while that pan is heating up, what I am going to do over here, I'm going to take my egg and I'm going to add sugars. Where did my sugars go? There's my sugars. I just put it over here. My salt, my sugars. Now, sugar has enzymes in it that cook eggs at room temperature. So this is actually kind of almost like the beginning process of tempering the eggs. Now I'm just going to whip them. As you see now, the color is almost an orange color. By the time I'm done really beating these the way I want them, they're going to be almost a light pastel yellow color. And you're not going to be able to see the granularity of any of the sugar in there. When working over a double boiler with chocolate, make sure that you are very, very, very careful to not allow overzealous boiling in your double boiler to get water inside your chocolate, or you will seize the chocolate. Chocolate and water are...
Seize the chocolate?
Well, basically what happens is it won't melt. It just won't melt. You'll just have this ball of sludgy looking, it almost looks like poop in the middle of your bowl. It's not appetizing. And it won't melt, and you can't work with it. It's through some very expensive chocolate that got ruined, and I gotta throw it away. Remember, chocolate does not need a lot of heat to melt. I mean, put a piece of chocolate in your hand, it melts.
Exactly. 34 degrees Celsius.
Really?
It's a cocoa butter.
We are using very good chocolate here. We're using Valrhona chocolate. I'm a big fan of Valrhona chocolate. It's one of my top 5 favorite brands
Where do you get it?
in the store here.
Oh, good.
So wait, Valrhona is a type of chocolate?
Valrhona is a brand. It's a French brand.
So what are the other kinds? Or like what makes it different?
Well, mostly is the concentration of cocoa solids in it. That's the main differentiator between them. Okay, so now I got a nice smooth consistency going on here. No more big chunks in here. I'm just gonna give it one more little bit of heat here. Again, I'm being careful about the temperature. I don't want to scorch my chocolate. I want to be very gentle with it. Okay? Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and add my vanilla paste.
Vanilla paste.
Paste,
You
yes.
get that.
Paste. Better than using, we like it here, better than we like using vanilla extract because it doesn't have alcohol in it. And alcohol mimics cholesterol in its composition. It looks very much, the molecular model of it looks very similar to cholesterol. So it can inhibit the forming of meringues if you add it too early.
So what is the paste base? What is the vanilla paste base?
So they actually take the inside of the vanilla, so you get the whole vanilla bean in there. And the consistency is very, very good. Well, that's one of the things I
So
like
it's
about it.
pure vanilla and no other?
Sugar, a little sugar in
Oh,
there
I
too to
see.
make it workable.
Got it.
Okay, so now here we go. I've got vanilla. I put some extract of raspberry in there and some cream. The reason cream will not seize up this chocolate is because cream has a high fat content. Okay, here we go. We'll do that in there. Ann, can you give me a bigger bowl, please? I'm gonna have to transfer this into a bigger bowl if I'm gonna fold in the egg whites in there.
Is that one big enough?
No, I need bigger. So I'm gonna have to fold in egg whites.
This one?
Yeah, that'll work. And the final bit of egg. Okay, now I can no longer see the egg yolks in there. That means they're fully incorporated. Oh, I need that. Okay. Now, egg whites. Start them off slow. And here's the thing, here's another little trick I want to show you actually, you can do. First of all, you always want to make sure that this bottom wire is in the indentation right there on that dimple. Always make sure that's going. And we don't have a lot of egg white in here, so what I want to do in order to make sure I get down to the very bottom of the bowl here, and as you can see, there's it's specially designed to go around in the shape right here. So what I'm going to do here is rather than lock it into place like this, I'm actually going to leave it so it's not locked as I put it in. But as I do that, the spring will force it all the way down to the bottom of the bowl. But whenever you do that, always make sure that you're locked, okay, so you don't get anything jumping from this. tartar. Doesn't call for it in the recipe, but I'm going to add a little because it stabilizes meringue. Just a dash, like the scantest of pinches.
I don't know what is it?
I don't know.
Really?
I don't know.
Okay.
They take tartar and they cream it.
Okay. Is it a wild tartar or a domesticated?
Domesticated tartar. You don't want to try to catch
No,
a wild
the wild
tartar.
tartar.
They're very rambunctious.
Yeah.
Hard to get them.
This one's very interesting.
What I'm looking for is a soft peak. What is a soft peak? A soft peak is when I pull this up. Oh, that's a stiff peak right there. So I've got a stiff peak in here. That's not bad.
Well, you're excited.
Oh, jeez. How did I know that was coming? Woo! Saw that from a mile away, sir. All right, always. Always the biggest spatula you can. And the reason for that is because we're folding now. We want to...
Moving
No,
on.
it wasn't that good. I mean,
Do you, so why did you have a harder peak? Is it because of the tartar or not?
No, it's because it was whipped a little bit longer.
Okay.
My pastry chef would, whenever she does these, she always goes with a stiff peak over a soft peak though anyway. She believes that you get a better, or tougher souffle when you do that. All right. So when folding, you never want to just go ahead and add it all in one big bunch. You want to add it little by little, and then you want to mix it in. So what I'm going to do is take about 25% of this right now. Put it in here. I'm going to fold. Going from underneath the bottom, bringing it over to the top. Underneath the bottom, over the top. Again, keep on doing this. If you feel like you're not getting a good mix, you can just literally go down the middle and then fold down the middle. Now keep in mind, it doesn't have to be 100% incorporated to the point where you can no longer see white in here to add the next bunch. Although when you're done with it, you don't want to be able to see white bits in here. But, see, I can see white bits in there. I'm going to go ahead and give another big scoop of the meringue, and I'm going to go ahead and fold that in. And why fold over stir? Because we don't want to get rid of those bubbles. That's what's going to cause this to rise, right?
oh, yeah, it's chicken in here.
Yes.
She was like, yeah, she's doing it. I'm like, it all feels the same.
Anna, can you tent that for me, please? Be careful, it's hot. Can you tent that for me? With a little, it's very hot.
Also from Costco, the chicken.
No, I got that from Whole Foods because I needed to get a skin on boneless, and that's a very hard combo to find. So I needed a butcher to do that for me. Typically, the only skin-on chicken you're going to find around town at a regular grocery store can be skin-on, bone-in.
Why do you say packaged chicken broth is the devil?
Because it doesn't taste like chicken.
Even the organic stuff, or
No, none of it. It's like a hot dog. You know, you say chicken, you don't know what part of the chicken they're talking about. Could be chicken beaks for all we know. No, take box stock home someday, and have some really good homemade stock you have in your kitchen, and then there's small tasting spoons here. Everybody grab one. Take the lid off of that and go ahead and taste that. Now go home, if you have box stock at home then, and taste that. And you can't, there's no comparison. All right, now that's fully incorporated. It's nice and loose and voluminous.
So like 2/3 full?
Yeah.
How long does it take to make this stock at home?
For me, about 4 hours.
To make what?
Well, it's definitely tastes like chicken.
Just got it going.
Taste that something.
Yeah.
Now taste your box stock at home. It does not taste like chicken.
The stuff that you purchase, there's a lot of salt in it.
It's because they're covering up how nasty it is. Stock shouldn't have any. Shouldn't have that in it anyway.
These are exactly Except here. Black ones too, but these ones are molten chocolate.
I'm not having ice cream at home. That's just like the hand you serve it in. I'm not having ice cream at home. That's all you get.
Why even put it out in the freezer?
All right. 15 minutes. That's what this recipe says, but I don't trust it. That's what I want, so I'm gonna set it for like 16. But... Ah!
Do you think that it's too
Can I
short
lick the
or too
bowl?
long?
Too short.
Excuse me. You upset with me with that comment.